Hey everyone, welcome back to Mushroom English Podcast. I'm Lily, and this morning I had one of those real life mornings. I woke up a little late, rushed to get ready, and halfway through brushing my teeth, I thought, wait, what day is it? Do I have work today? Am I supposed to be somewhere right now?
Hi guys, I'm Tom. And actually, I had almost the same moment. I opened my eyes and immediately thought of my to-do list, my meetings, my projects. And for about 3 minutes, I just lay there wondering why being an adult requires so many responsibilities.
Honestly, yes. Mornings often remind us of how much we have to do and how big a part of our life our job is. It's funny, you don't think about your job when you're sleeping, but the moment you open your eyes, boom, there it is.
Exactly. Work is such a big part of who we are. Our routines, our schedule, our energy. So much of it comes from what we do for a living.
And not just that. Whenever you meet someone new, one of the very first questions people ask is, "So, what do you do?"
Right. It's almost automatic. You say your name, you smile, and then someone asks about your job. It happens at parties, cafes, airports, even in elevators sometimes.
And that's why today's topic is so helpful. We want you to feel confident, natural, relaxed when you talk about your job in English, because it's something you'll talk about a lot.
And don't worry, we'll go slowly, we'll chat, and we'll keep everything very real and very simple.
Before we begin, if you enjoy learning English in this slow, cozy style, please like this video and subscribe to Mushroom English Podcast. It helps us more than you know.
All right, let's get comfortable.
Let's talk about your job and how to express it naturally in English.
So, since this question shows up in every conversation, let's start with the one phrase you're guaranteed to hear. What do you do? It's simple, short, and the most natural way to ask someone about their job.
Yes, and this is important. Native speakers almost never say, "What is your job?" It's technically correct, but it sounds formal, stiff, like you're filling out a form, not having a conversation.
Exactly. But what do you do feels like friendly small talk. It's gentle. It's casual. It's the version people use everywhere, at parties, at cafes, during first meetings.
And because it's so common, you want to be able to answer it easily and naturally without freezing, without overthinking grammar, and without panicking about vocabulary. Let's imagine a real situation to make this easier.
Hey, I'm Tom. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm Lily.
So, what do you do?
That's it. That's exactly how the question appears in real life. Short, friendly. No long sentences, no complicated vocabulary.
And see, it doesn't come with a big introduction. People don't say, "Hello, now I would like to ask about your profession." No, it just naturally flows into the conversation. Okay, now that we know how to ask the question, let's see how to answer it naturally.
The easiest, cleanest, most natural way is I'm a teacher. I'm a driver. I'm a designer.
If your job starts with a vowel sound, use an. I'm an engineer. I'm an artist. I'm an accountant.
But what if your job doesn't fit into one simple word, something more general? Then you use I work in. I work in marketing. I work in healthcare. I work in customer service.
And that's much more natural than trying to force a job title that doesn't fit. All right, so we know how to introduce our job.
But what about where we work?
This part scares learners a lot, but honestly, native speakers don't think about it. They choose the one that feels right. And here's how it works.
I work in field or type of place. I work in a hospital. I work in an office. I work in IT. I work at specific place. I work at Starbucks. I work at Citibank. I work at a local school. I work for company or person. I work for Samsung. I work for a small startup. I work for my uncle's business.
3 prepositions, 3 different uses, all very common in everyday life. And now, let's talk about something equally important.
Because sometimes life happens. You're changing careers or taking a break or looking for new opportunities. And English has polite, natural ways to express that.
I'm looking for a job right now. I'm between jobs. I'm taking a break from work. I'm exploring new opportunities.
These are soft, confident, and way more native sounding than I am unemployed. All right, now let's talk about how your job actually feels.
So now that we know how to say what our job is, let's talk about something even more interesting, how you feel about your job.
Yeah, because when natives talk about their job, they almost always add an adjective. We don't just say, I'm a teacher. We say things like, I'm a teacher, and my job is pretty busy. Or, it's fun, but a little stressful.
Exactly. And it makes the conversation much more natural because people don't just want to know what you do, they want to know how it is.
Right. Is it stressful? Is it exciting? Is it repetitive? Is it creative? Let's look at a few really common ways to describe your work.
Here are some adjectives people use all the time. Stressful. Too many things happening, too much pressure. Tiring. You feel physically or mentally tired. Busy. You have a lot to do. Creative. You use your imagination and ideas. Interesting. You enjoy it, you like learning from it. Repetitive. Same thing again and again. Flexible. You can choose your hours or work style. Challenging. Difficult, but in a good way. And these adjectives are great, but they become even more meaningful when you connect them to real experiences. Because when people talk about their job, they rarely speak in abstract terms like, oh yes, my job is stressful. They usually explain why. There's always a story behind the feeling.
Exactly. People don't just say, my job is tiring. They say, it's tiring because yesterday I had to deal with, and then the whole story comes out.
So let's make this real. Let's take a couple of examples from our own lives, moments that perfectly match these adjectives and show how people actually talk about their job.
Yeah, because sometimes the best way to understand an adjective is to see the moment where you felt it.
Okay, here's one from my old job.
When I was working at a small cafe during university, there was this one morning, a rainy, chaotic, absolutely wild morning that perfectly explains the word busy. People kept rushing in, shaking the rain off their umbrellas, ordering 10 things at once, asking for changes, more syrup, less ice, extra foam, and can you make it really hot, please? By noon, I felt like I had lived 3 different lifetimes. So if someone asked me, how's your job today? I would have said, it's busy. Very, very busy.
That is peak cafe life. Busy and stressful. A powerful combination. And I had the opposite experience at an old office job. Not busy, not stressful, just the pure definition of repetitive. Every morning, I opened my computer, and the first thing I saw was 27 unread emails. And the funny thing is, even after replying to all of them, more would appear. It was like the emails were reproducing while I wasn't looking. By the end of the day, I could honestly say, my job is fine, just very repetitive.
And I think stories like these show something important. Sometimes it's not the job itself, it's the schedule that makes it easy or difficult.
Exactly. Two people can have the same job title, but very different experiences depending on their hours.
Yeah, schedule changes everything. So let's look at how people naturally talk about their working hours in English. And again, we'll keep this simple and conversational, the way people actually say it.
The most common way to describe your schedule is, I work full-time, or I work part-time. Super natural, super common.
And there are more modern ones too, like I work remotely, I work from home, I work hybrid, I work night shifts, I have flexible hours.
These are things you'll hear every day in real conversations. And of course, everyone has their own schedule story.
There was a time I worked a job with early morning shifts. And when I say early, I mean early. My alarm was set for 4:45 a.m. 4:45 a.m. I don't even think humans are supposed to be awake at that hour. By 11 a.m., I already felt like I had lived an entire day. So when people asked me, "What's your schedule like?" I said, "It's early. Too early."
That is not a schedule. That is a survival challenge. And I once had a normal 9-to-5 office job, which sounds pretty standard, right? But here's the truth. It wasn't 9 to 5. It was 9 to 5 plus messages at 7, plus emails at 10, plus quick questions at 11. So when people asked, how are your hours? I always said, technically normal, but somehow not.
That's the most accurate description of office life I've ever heard.
And you know what's funny? Whenever people talk about their working hours, whether it's too early, too long, too unpredictable, the conversation always ends the same way.
Yeah, someone always says, I wish I had my dream job.
Exactly. Hours, stress, routine, they all make us think about what we really want to do.
So let's talk about that. Dream jobs. Fun jobs. The jobs you imagine when you're tired, or stuck in traffic, or answering your 100th email of the morning.
Let's go there. So, Tom, if you could do anything in the world, no limits, no stress, no early alarms, what would your dream job be?
Easy. Professional nap tester. I sleep. Scientists take notes. Everyone wins.
That is actually perfect for you. My dream job? Professional dessert taster. Travel the world and eat sweets for research.
Honestly, I think both of our dream jobs say a lot about our personalities.
And that's why this question is so fun. You learn a lot about people from their answers.
All right. Before we wrap up today's conversation, let's take a quick, gentle look back at everything we talked about.
Not a test, just a little review to help things settle in your mind. So, before we say goodbye today, let's take a moment to look back at what we covered. Just a simple recap, nothing heavy.
Yeah. Think of it like letting everything settle so it stays with you a little longer.
We started with the question that everyone hears when meeting someone new. What do you do?
Then we talked about how to answer it naturally. I'm a, I'm an, I work in, I work at, I work for.
We also looked at how to talk about your experience with your job. Not just the title, but how it feels.
Right. Adjectives like stressful, tiring, creative, repetitive, interesting. And we used some real moments from our own lives to bring those words to life.
We also explored work schedules. Full-time, part-time, remote, night shifts, flexible hours, and how your hours can completely change your experience.
And of course, we ended with the fun part. Dream jobs. Who you want to be if the world had no limits.
All of these are things people talk about all the time. So the next time someone asks you about your job, you'll know exactly what to say. And more importantly, you'll sound natural saying it.
All right, that's everything for today. Thank you for spending this time with us.
Yeah, really. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for giving yourself the space to learn slowly and comfortably.
Learning a language is like a long conversation. You don't need to understand everything at once. You just show up, listen, and a little more stays with you each time.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like the video and subscribe to Mushroom English Podcast. It helps us grow and lets us keep making these cozy lessons for you.
Tell us in the comments, what do you do? And what's your dream job? We'd really love to read your answers.
Take care of yourself, be gentle with your mind today, and we'll see you again next time.
Bye for now.